Hey everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost, and how are you doing? We made some masterboards out of good old junk mail yesterday. These are just on direct mailer cards, so they're a little bit thicker than regular paper, and I just collaged on them, just literally random scraps that were sitting on my desk. So I thought maybe we'd take a look at these and turn them into something that some little different something. So this is what you can do with some masterboards. If you're wondering what should I do with my masterboards, here's just some random fun easy ideas that's very easy for beginners. So use up your scraps, make your masterboards, and you can make them big, small. They can be a regular size paper. It doesn't matter, because a lot of times we end up cutting these up, and we use them in different ways. So we're gonna go over some of those now. I can glue this a little bit better. Okay. All right, so first thing I thought we'd make is a very simple greeting card. Okay, so I thought this one would be cute for a greeting card. Okay, so you can fold your paper any which way you want, and you can make it as big as you want. Let's see, I fold it this way, and I'm just scoring that spine, make it all nice. And then this is a random card, and this can go either way. I can make a big card, a little card, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it to size. So let's see, hold on. Okay, so I took my masterboard, I cut it up, and I made these two basic card flaps. Now this card flap, because this is a random design, it could sit like this or sit like this. So it just depends on whatever you would prefer. I did, and this one is the other part of it. So I'm going to get two cards out of one masterboard and one piece of cardstock. So something fun, just some general note cards. You could always add a sentiment on here, something like that, if you wanted to personalize it for a birthday card or something. But I am going to ink it up a little bit more, because I can't find my ink. It was right here. Oh, all day long here at the Paper Outpost, eternally looking for my, okay, there's gathered twigs. There we go. Okay, put a little more light on the subject. Okay, and just going to go around the edges here, and it's okay if things overlap, hang over the edge. It's all okay. And that gives you a lot of freedom when you're making things. You don't have to adhere to anything you don't want to adhere to. And that's just dandy in the realm of creativity. So let's just go ahead and ink these little pups up. And basically in two shakes of a lamb's tail, you've got some cards. And they're pretty easy to make. Okay, I think I'm going to use my bone folder, because I can get a better crease on the card than with just the fingernails. So there we go. Put it that about equidistant everywhere. And that's putting this nice little direct mailer card to good use. I think this is something from a cruise line or something. And since I'm not going on a cruise right now, this is the best thing I can think of to do with this. Turn it into something wonderful like a card. And these are fun to make, so if you have a bunch of masterboards hanging around, you could just sit there and crank out a bunch of cards. And then you've got them ready to go for any event, any birthday or celebration, bridal shower, wedding shower, whatever. And something nice about getting a handmade card. And you can come along and ink this up again if you want. Doesn't have to, but you can. There we go. And if you do want more of a focal point, you can totally do that. I'm just going to go over here and look in Stickerville. I can, like these. Just says handmade with love. Maybe I'll put a little extra glue on that. There we go. Now there's 101 million ways to make cards. This is just one. And then put it on the corner. Yeah, I'm gonna put it there. Okay. All right, there we go. Handmade with love. And you could put something in the center too, but that's just an example. And you can ink around the back side, give a little more definition. You could round the corners. There. All right, there's one down. And here's the other one. This is it, how quickly they come together when you've already masterboarded. And that's really the take on this situation today. If there was a take on this situation, this would be it. It's a done deal. And, all right, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue this all up. There we go. Alrighty then. And get my other card piece, which I've already managed to get ink all over the place. Isn't that great? But it's okay because I like that kind of messy, inky design. And if you want, you could add some stencils in this. You could have done this ahead of time, but if you're like me and you think of things after the fact, that's okay too. So maybe you want to put a little, I don't know if this is the right stencil thing to use here, but apparently I'm using it. Would really like my little other thingy better, but this is where we are today. So now we're going to use what we have right in front of us. And it's nice to discover the different things you can do with tools to give you some variety in what you're doing, just so you can have more fun. And nothing wrong with that. All right. Come along the top here, get in there and ink that up a bit. There we go. So that gives it an entirely different look from this look. So which one do you like better? Neither? Okay, that's fine. And since I always get something on the back, I'm probably just going to come along and ink up the back and hide this in amongst itself. So that would be something like, maybe I should clean this up first. Yeah. I don't know, it's a challenge to keep a craft table clean for me. How about you? Is that a challenge, or is it always clean as a whistle? That doesn't happen over here very often. Okay, so I'm going to put this on an angle. Okay. Getting in there. It's not a super thick stencil, so it's pretty easy to do that. A little down here. There. Who doesn't love to play with paper? I don't get it. If you don't love to play with paper, you're missing out, because it's fun. It really is fun. Okay. There we go. Yep, just basic, and you can do whatever you want on the inside, but I'm going to leave them blank because I never know what I'm going to use them for. And then you can easily make envelopes to fit them. And let's see. Let's try and not get ink all over the envelope, which is nearly impossible for me. But if you take a regular, you know what, I'm having a funny feeling I should ink it up, because I know it's going to get inky because I'm in the vicinity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stencil this up. Yeah, I'm just going to give it like some pre-stenciling. So if I get a little bluebird on it somewhere, which is my mother's old term for a little mistake, if you got a little, or there's something on your face, you got a little bluebird on your face, come here, let me wipe that off. It should be like chasing me with the washcloth. I was always getting my face wiped. All right, this is going pretty quickly and easily. Okay. Okay. I don't know where I'm going to cut this now or fit it. We'll just see. I like to do the edges, these little edges, because you never know where you're going to fold and cut and do all that stuff. So there. Now nobody can, you know, say, hey, you got a blop on it. Well, hey, I blopped myself to kingdom come there. And if we're going to take one of these, we could do it more officially. Like I could probably turn it into a square, which would be wise. These always seem to work better when you make squares. Let's see if it works today. Okay. All right, let me get my ruler. Flip it over. Call it my tearing ruler. It's a metal ruler with a cork backing. Yeah, okay. Love to tear paper. Big fan over here. All right, so here's my card. I'm just going to make a little makeshift envelope. Okay. Folding in, folding in. Okay, I'm gonna put that on the outside. Yeah, I'll change the design a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna do the same with this one. You can do the innies first. Not too tight or you'll never get it in and out. Leave a little breathing room, just a smidge. And then fold this up. And maybe I want to do something here. Let's maybe do something with green. I don't know why, but it just looks like it needs something green right there. I'll maybe do some borders. Okay. There. There we go. Maybe across. Okay. And now we're just going to glue it up. All right. Put the glue here. This is Fabrifix clear silicone glue. Is it sealed? No, it's open. Be careful you don't glue on your card. Okay? You heard it here. Don't glue on your card. And don't make it super tight. Just make it snug, but not super tight, or you're going to be fighting it. And, you know, this is a regular piece of copy paper. This should be able to go through the mail if it's relatively flat. You could always do a test one to yourself if you're unsure. And I've done that, and they have arrived. But as long as it doesn't have a lot of rumply bumplies on it, it's not going to get jammed in the machines at the post office. We don't want that. No. You see an ant? Oh, okay. A little ghost ants are everywhere now in the house. We get extreme temperatures down here, and they like to come inside. Yeah. Okay, here we go. All right. All right, now what I think I would like to do is maybe just haze down the flap a little bit more, make it a little bit more muted, distinguishing it from the back area of the main part of the envelope. Oh, this is completely disintegrating. That's okay though, still effective. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's kind of cool. All right, so there we have envelope and card. Let's see if we can extract the card. Oh yes, it comes in and out quite easily. Very cute, right? Okay, very easy to do. You can use your masterboards up for that. And here is the other card. And we can make a matching envelope or just leave it as is. Okay, so next thing, I've got this one, and I thought this might be fun to make. Maybe, well, we could do this multiple ways. I'm thinking I'd like to do some bookmarks with these. And the question is, should I cut it like this? Should I cut it like this? I mean, they're probably tall enough to be a bookmark. I think I could get 3 bookmarks out of this pretty easily. Okay, let me cut. I'm going to go cut and cut. Okay, I'll be right back. But wait, before I do that, I'm going to cover this. Yes, and that way I'll have something to cut there. It'll already be in place. And here we go. Okay, I'm just going to put glue all over the back here. All right. Here we go. Okay. All right, there we go. Yeah. And then I'm just going to put this down. Try to align it for minimize cutting and trimming. I always get a few seconds to realign it. Oop, my seconds are disappearing. Let me try that again. I feel like I need more glue. Let me get some glue stick. Oh, here, I just grabbed this one. I don't know. This is Jumbo Glue Stick Wexford. Let's see how you work. I think I want more glue on here. This goes pretty fast. Okay. There we go. Get to the edges. Very important to get to the edges. All right. Try that again. I'm going to hover over the top. There. And I'm going to hand iron it down really well. Okay, that's nice. Maybe I'll use this should tear pretty easily, I would imagine. Okay, that. And if you're looking at this, maybe you're thinking, oh, I could see making pouches and all sorts of stuff out of this. And that answer is absolutely yes, you can. Okay, so let me go ahead and cut this in 3 pieces. Be right back. Okay, doke. Now, I have to show you, I found the other plastic blue sleeve of my crocodile corner chomper, which now I'm going to use to make rounded corners. This is actually designed to cut through thicker things. So if you're, you know, wanting to cut through cardboard or chipboard or something a little thicker, it does it nicely. Honestly, it really does. I love it, love it, love it. And somehow when you start rounding those little corners, it starts to take on the shape of a bookmark. And this bookmark, because we put the brown backing on it, it's coffee dyed construction paper on the back, and then I baked it dry, and that's how I got my lovely grill pattern. And now I need my little puncher. This is my lanyard or my name card hole puncher. It has that little slot punch, I guess. Just call it a slot puncher. But you could also, it's just as easily use a regular round circle punch. You don't have to have this one at all, but I like it for these. I think it's kind of fun. And there we go. These do come together relatively quickly. I am going to ink around because I've cut edges again. I'll find my gathered twigs here. Gathered twigs. Okay, and that's just darkening that up a little bit around the edge. I think this came out really cute. And so this is a very quick and easy way to use up your masterboards. Very beginner friendly, and there is no shortage to what we can do with these babies. Okay, so I got that a little more glue. Sometimes we get the peely uppies, but we deal with them. Yeah, we're never giving up. Nope. Okay, got that one. All right, here we go. All right. Okie dokie. Coming around the mountain. All right, got that one. And this one. Look, you're going to get 3 out of that. That's nice. It feels so good to use up your scraps. So if you didn't catch that video, it's the one just before this. And just fun things you can do with little bits of paper. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy to think we're allowed to have this much fun with our junk and our little bits and bops and scrap pieces of paper. But it is. I mean, we could do this till the cows. I could do this till the cows come home. I could sit here and just use up scraps and make stuff. I just think that's the cast me out. It's actually the junk journal gives me a place to house these things, but this is just plumb fun for me. I mean, it's like really, I'm in my happy place right now. Yeah, it's good. I wonder, do you enjoy? Is this your happy place as far as playing with your papers and stuff like that? I know it's mine. Okay. Ba-doom boom. Ba-doom. Okay, so now let's see. We're going to put some lovely stringy stuff. I've got a lot of this. That might be pretty. That one might go there. We'll try that. Why not? I tend to use the same things a lot, so I'm trying to use different things. Like I haven't pulled out my fabrics. Like this quilter's cotton fabric's really pretty. And it's got some nice color. It's easy to tear. There's that tear texture. Oh, yes. That's just the best thing since sliced bread. Okay, just cut one of these on an angle. And you can do this a million ways. You can, when you're threading this, okay, example number 1, you put one side through and you tie a knot. Okay, so that's one way to tie this. Okay, another way you can do it is you take these, you put them, you cross them, and then you take, there it is, it's right here, you staple it. It gives you a leaner, meaner piece. And you can either cover the staple or leave it as is. That will work too. But then there's the old loop. So we make one loop, flatten it out, kind of make it even legs. Flatten it out, thread it through, and then you thread the loop. You get your finger through the loop. You grab your little legs that are wiggling through on the other side. So you got the legs. You tuck them through. Give a gentle. Be careful because you can tear your bookmark doing this. You got to be gentle. Just gently pull until it goes snuggy, snug, snug. Okay. Oh, a little ant. Go. Nope. Oh, okay, off to the nethers he went. Okay, yeah, there you go. So you can do that. And if you're thinking it might come undone, you can just put a little dollop of glue back there. I think this is probably my favorite way to do it. And I'll put the dollop of glue so you can see that. But I'll show you some other things that you can do, which just, give you alternatives. There. All right, so let me grab some cheesecloth. And it's always great to have some cheesecloth around. There we go, just good old cheesecloth. So yeah, I'm going to be selling some, I'm making these collections of interesting items. A little bit different than a FUNDLE, different than a print and mail stuff. So these are items that are a little bit unique. And some of them are going to be old, some are new. But just like a little different style of a kit. And because I have some items that I don't have a lot of, so I thought I'd make just a small set of kits, like maybe 20 kits possibly. I think I have 20 kits I can make with this other unique stuff. So keep an eye out for that, but there may be some cheesecloth in there. So you could come along and you could do the cheesecake one. Maybe this one I will staple. Probably this staple and the loop are my favorite ways to do this. Very cute. Very cute. They look different, but they're the same, but they're different, and nobody knows whether you're coming or going, and it's all good. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, so this, I'm working on a journal with some of this material, and I think I might make a little topper with this one. Oh, here's another way you can do a topper on these things if you want. All right, so take a piece of material, and this is the scrunch design. Okay, so there's my hole, okay, but I'm going to leave the hole be. I don't really need to put anything through it. I could, but let me try this first. You could also do this for a journal card. I guess this is a journal card. I'm not quite sure. I always thought the journal tag you had to corner the things, but is this a journal tag if it has it's got a little thingy? Does that make it a journal tag because it looks like a tag hanging from a thing? I don't know. You decide. It's a confusing world here, but we do our best. That's all I can say. I'm like making my own little ruffle. And just kind of squishing it and gluing it. Okay. Yep. Okie dokie. Come on along. Almost home. There we go. And get the last little squisharoo. And then we cut it off. All right, so now we have like a little ruffled top. Very easy to do. You don't need to know how to stitch or sew or anything like that. You're just dundee-doodles. And that's another way to do a little topper on this guy. I don't know why I have the hole there, but you could put something through the hole. How about this? Sitting on the desk, this blue stuff. Why not? Okay, so maybe I will fold this up. Maybe one more time. Yeah, that's kind of a lot. Yeah, let's just pop it through here. She said hopefully. If it will comply. Oop, nope, we got one through. There's always got to be one. That gives you, there you go, we're through. Oh, don't back away. Grab it. All right. And there we are. And there. I think I'm gonna staple it. I think I am. I could even tie it at the top. Like I could take another piece. Let me try that. Okay, so this will be a different way of doing it. Okay, we're going into the fourth way of doing this. Okay, I'm gonna take one, hold these all together. You need like an extra pair of hands to do this, but like wrap it around a few times. And then we're going to tie it. All right, there we go. Oh yeah, that's so cute. Okay, and I could probably do that again, but I think that's enough for now. Okay, and you can spread these out and leave them be, or you can come and trim them all off and make it like that. If you might rather do that. Okay, okay, there we go. So, yeah, we got this guy, we got this guy, Got this guy. Got the card. Got the card in the envelope. Because I often get asked, what do you do with your masterboards? This stuff. This is what I do with my masterboards. Crazy stuff like this. Okay. So we have this. Now this is a little bit bigger of a piece. Okay, so, well, I could turn this into a very simple little notebook cover. It's very easy to do. Might crack a little bit. We'll see if it gives way. If it doesn't, we're golden. If not, we're just going to add more glue. Okay, get that down. I'm not going to make anything super fancy here. And keep it simple. So there's my front and the back. I could probably put something on here. What have I got? Oh, I got more of this stuff. Do that. This is like some scary book. Murderous, murders, murderers. Yeah, that's too disastrous. Okay, let's get a piece of paper. Oh, here's a fun thing to use. Old vintage gift wrap. One of my favorite things to collect. And that might show up in the new little gift set. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, so I think this is a job for glue stick. It just feels like it. Let's go to town. We're going, this is like not an expensive one, Wexford. I think I got it on Amazon. I don't know. Just let's see how it holds, how it does. We'll report back if it gives away. They call it a jumbo, but there's more jumbo than this. Okay, where's the other one? Just to cross compare. I have two of them on my desk. Do you think I can find? Oh, I found it. Now that's jumbo. That makes this look like an exclusive one, but I'll show you a regular size one, which is like oops, can't grab anything today. This is regular size, like school size, jumbo, and this must be monolithic or something, but yeah, so let's see, 0.71 ounces, 1.41 ounces, and 0.24 ounces. Okay, so now you've seen it here, folks. Now you know the difference. We're going to continue with the one we were using. Clear the decks. Keep gluing, Pam. Keep gluing. Make sure you get your corners, Pam. You know how that is. I know. And you'll be happy if you get your corners. Okay, all right. Now let's try this. I hope this doesn't show through it. It might, but it might not. Everything might just be fine. Okay, we have a straight line there. I hope so. Yep, it is a straight line. Okay. Should have been from the packaging. It was a straight line at some point in its life. All right. What's that? Yeah, it's not going to have that in there. No. Okay. Okay. Flip that over. Get our handy dandy ruler. And we're going to rip this off. We'll flip this over. It's a sharper edge when you put the metal edge down. And it tears really nicely. I can't tell you how I've been falling over this piece of gift wrap for the last month and a half. So finally I'm going to use it in something. I'm very excited because it feels good to use your stuff, right? Okay, so we have that. Oh my goodness. And then we have that. And I do want to ink these. That's what they needs a little inking. Yes, I do. It's looking a little too clean. Yeah. I might need to trim those edges a little bit. Nice little torn edge there. That always receives ink so well. Here we go. What do you know? You are from a... Oh, lordy me. Give me a... to put that. Okay, good. All right. Now, this means somebody doesn't have a lid. Show yourself. There you are. Yeah, you shall be recapped. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm notorious for leaving the lid off my glue stick. All right. I don't mind the bumps. No, I don't. Now, if you can see words through it and you can't sleep nights, you can cover it and you can make it like, okay, maybe it's not going to be a book. Maybe this is going to be, I'm having ideas here. Maybe this is going to be an ephemera holder. Yeah, that's what we could make out of this. Yeah. All right, let me just trim this up because obviously I need to do a better job than that. Okay, here we go. Yeah, just do that a little bit there. Okay. Okay, I think I need a little bit more glue here. Got some peely uppies here. Somebody did who was that who made this? Oh yeah, it was me. Yeah, okay, that happens. Okay, but just so you know that if you're making stuff, usually if it's not going well, you just keep going. And then maybe you didn't glue it enough. Maybe you go back and you glue it a little bit more. Or you don't like the colors, you change the colors. Or, you know, there's a lot of things you can do. Just don't give up, keep going. And you can retract, like you can take things away, or you can add. And I'm a big fan of adding or covering or masking or tricking the eye, a little trompe-l'oeil, fool the eye, make them look over here when they want to look over there, that kind of stuff, you know. And just make it look like it was all intentional, because that's the grandness of the vintage style. Is it's old and weathered looking, and you know, the more mistakes you make on it, almost the better, because that is where the beauty of the worn vintage look comes from. There we go. So it's there. We have that, and we have this, and then maybe we want to put some things in here, like maybe we have. Hang on. Okay. Just grabbed a random set of pre-cut Digikits. These might go nicely in here, these little fairies. Oh, they look nice against the blue. That looks really pretty. Gosh, I feel like I want to, because there's gold on here, maybe I want to get the gold out and get my fingers all goldy. I was just finished washing off the copper off my fingers a second ago, but here's some gold gilding wax. Just rub these a little bit in. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is probably not the best way to do this. Probably should wear a hazmat suit and, you know, mask and all that kind of stuff. But this is just kind of fun because it melts from the, it's a wax, and it does melt with the heat of your skin. Okay, and then we're just adding a little bit of gold. A little bit of gold here. Yes, things go everywhere in the craft room. It's a good day. It's a good day. We're golding it. I'm actually using my hand as a way to get the gold on there. You see that? Yeah. There's the hand is nice and warm, and it can distribute the gold quite well. All right, well, that's so pretty. Okay, let me tap, tap, tap. Okay, you're facing this way. You're facing this way. Oh, so pretty. Maybe I'll just put two. Always hard to tell which ones are so pretty. Okay. Now, let's try this. Corner tuck. So these things will come in from that way. And these things will do a corner tuck with the other opposite corner. And down you go. All right, there we go. And then if you wanted, you could come along and tuck some more of these in here. Maybe you might put a picture or something like that. Or just whatever you have handy can go in these little areas. So I'll figure out something to put in there, but yes, there we go. And you could put a little focal piece there if you wanted to do that. Do I have a little focal piece? What are you? You could be a little focal piece now, couldn't you? Little birdie bird of mine here. This was some scoring for bridge, but what a cute little birdie bird. All right, let's see. I think I want to tear you. This way. Okay. Okay. Nice torn edge. When you tear towards you, often you get the white edge, which is highly desirable, as it gives you an instant edging to your artwork. All right, I want a bit of a deckled edge there. That's pretty pretty, isn't it? Can put you right on there. Maybe we'll sandwich you in some cheesecloth. We could totally do that. I think you would like that. It's fun. So, what are you going to do with your masterboards? And remember, you don't have to do anything with them for a long time. You can just make a whole bunch, clean up your desk, and masterboard your way out of your mess. And just like that. And just put you down there. That's very pretty. We'll do that. Okay. That's very easy to do. It takes barely any skill. All you have to be able to do is work your glue bottle. That's probably the trickiest. Okay, so you put like some circular glue there. You take this and you just sort of just like randomly put it down. Like, don't overthink it. That's probably the worst thing. And don't worry if it goes over the edge. That's okay. This actually can be very desirable. And then we put this here, put the birdie in the correct orientation or on an angle, whatever you prefer. And the question is, should I ink it? Maybe. I know. I do like a good ink. Now that will take that white and take it a little darker, which might help it pop against the cheesecloth. Okay. There we go. Very nice. All right. Waiting for my glue to come down. Why? What are you doing? Huh? Oh, you were going for a snack? I caught you. I saw you. Slipping away, going to get your snack and all. Yep. Caught you red-handed with your hand in the fridge. Did you get some for me? No, you go back. Go get some for us too. Yep. All right. There we go. All right, so there really is no technical, like right upside down, downside up with any of this. So you can make these any way you like. And, oh, it's like to ink the back fold on here. It just, I don't know, helps a little bit. Yeah, there, that's good. That's really pretty. So, and let's see if we can find some fun little things to tuck in there. Okay, what do I have? I have this old envelope from 1902. I think it's just the envelope. It was cut on its side. A lot of people cut them on their side. But that is really cool. Can I get it in here? I might have to fold it. Actually, even if it folds in the middle, that might be okay. Let's just do that. And you could put something inside. Like, what is this? This is an old receipt of some sort from 1886. Let us take a piece of that. This old ephemera is so cool. I'm a bit of a old ephemera addict, and maybe I could tuck it inside. That'd be like a really cool find. Thing. Oh my gosh, the letters from 1902, and then they go and find this little magical piece, and it is from 1886. Meh. Yeah. So, my nice little surprise. I'm gonna tuck it in there well. So you never know. You gotta check every little nook and cranny in a junk journal. Now, junk journals do not have to contain items as such. No. It's just something that I like to do. But it is an aesthetic. And if you enjoy that, then have at it, for gosh sakes. Don't be shy. No shy. No shy. And maybe, or like the dragonflies, because, you know, with fairies. This is the first page of the Good Housekeeping Needlecraft Encyclopedia. So sometimes just pages like this, which are unique and might harken back, you know, copyright 1947. It's an old book. So I'm going to maybe tri-fold this so it will fit in this lovely little arrangement we have going on here. And I'm just going to tuck that in back there. Yeah. And it's okay if it sticks out over the top a little bit, or you could completely contain it. And you'd be surprised how much you can get in here, and it's still relatively thin for a junk journal. Now you can just pop that inside your junk journal, or you could lay it on top of your junk journal, or place it down. Do I have a junk journal? Is there a junk journal in the house, please? Okay, yes, I see one. Hold on. Oh, it's one of my favorite old ones. I don't think I'll ever sell this one. I just love it. So you could layer it on top. You could tuck it inside like that. Or it could be its own standalone piece. Or if you wanted to give somebody a gift card, you could tuck a gift card in here and a letter in here. That would be a great idea. So many ways to use these. So hoping you're having fun with these ideas. I know I am. So we used up all the masterboards. I mean, that's how quickly they come and they go. So don't feel like you're going to have too many masterboards hanging around, because it's just not going to happen. You're going to be using those babies. Look at this. I have the proverbial volcanic action. So this is why I'm going to close the twist lid on the condiment bottle, because I've made a, I killed it. But it was a world orb, and it is no longer. So here's what we created today. Just having fun. With that. And these three babies. So how fun was that? And this guy. Okay, so that's what we did. I gotta get this off my hand. What am I gonna do? Oh, if I could, I wish I had a paper. Is this a paper? Oh no, I like that. I want to save that. See now, that's the quandary of the crafter. You want to save everything, so you end up having to use a Kleenex or something, which is what I just did. Okay, so now let me find you know who, and we'll go from there. Hold on. All right, Sunshine is professing exhaustion because he was preventing the couch from floating away. Yes, hello everybody, it's Sunshine, Cup Up Reporter, Junior Cup Up Reporter. I was preventing the couch from floating away because it happens sometimes. If I am not on it to prevent it from floating away, it could go awry. or that's your favorite word lately, isn't it? Yes, it is, Mom. It is. Okay, so I'm trying to add to my vocabulary because I am studying, you know. So anyway, the couch was extremely comfy, but I have one concern, Mother. I must voice my concern. Go ahead, you have the floor. My pillow is gone. Okay, I could tell you what happened to your pillow. What happened to my pillow? Okay, it got washed. No, don't you understand? I had to mush it and put my little dirty feet on it and walk over it and slobber on it and eat my snacks on it. They just got it perfect. And now you washed it? I don't know if I can contain myself. I'm feeling lightheaded. I'm dizzy. Oh my goodness. It's going to be all right. Is it? Yes. Okay. All right. I guess I was being a little bit dramatic. It's not like there's not 4 other pillows right there, because there are. Yes, there are. Okay. So happy crafting, everybody. And we'll talk to you soon. Take it away, Mom. Thank you, dear. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I have a free monthly emailed newsletter. I just have to crackle this because it sounds so great. It's like 1,000 potato chips, isn't it? I know. You get a free digital image, a checklist of supplies, a note from the bookmaker, and a page list of ideas on how to... Here, this is confusing, right? There's the link to the newsletter if you can't find it, but you can just Google the Paper Outpost newsletter and you'll probably come across the sign-up page. It's also on the drop-down description box below the video. Okay. My videos come out Wednesdays and Saturdays, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. My podcast, new audio material about junk journaling, paper crafting, life of a crafter, and answering your crafty questions here from YouTube. Those come out on Tuesdays, and then there's video podcasts on Spotify. So you can go to your regular podcast platform and listen to the audios, or you can go to Spotify and watch the video podcasts, which are essentially YouTube videos. What else? I have an Etsy shop. Okay. Okay. If you're looking for journals or bundles or kits or fundles, fundles are collections of old and interesting paper, antique checks, receipts, postcards, black and white photos, all sorts of interesting stuff. So you never know what you're going to come across in a fundle. 100 plus pieces, free priority mail shipping with that. I also have Digikits, which are printable, downloadable images. They come in 5 pages, 8.5 by 11, 5 pages of themed images, mushrooms, butterflies, dragonflies, fairies, you name it, vintage babies. So a lot of different things, over 300 to pick from. And if you don't want to print them, I have a print and mail option where I will print out 10 Digikits for you. That gets you 50 printed pages on nice lightweight cardstock. All I need you to do is buy the print and mail option and send me your list of 10 Digikit names through Etsy message. Okay, that also comes with free priority mail shipping. And I have an Amazon shop and a merchandise shop. So if you're looking for favorite tools and supplies, you can find links there, or look on the View Products link, which is usually down in this corner here somewhere. And also, if you like the phrase, create with reckless abandon, you can get that on a t-shirt, sweatshirt, zip tote, mug tote, or water bottle. And you can find me on all the different social media platforms. And remember, most of all, toss that aside, fun can be simple and create with reckless abandon, everybody. You just get out there and make your masterboards and have some fun. Okay, take care. We'll talk soon. Until next time. Bye.